The next one, one of the other concepts, one of the important concepts that helps to improve patient safety, to standardize care, and to provide effective care, reliable care, is the use of bundles in healthcare. So two of the most prevalent examples that you can think of is the central line infections bundle, the central line bundle, and then you have the ventilator bundle, you have the pressure ulcer bundle, etc. Now, what is a bundle? It's a group of evidence-based practices that when clubbed together, when applied together, they significantly improve the effectiveness of care and they improve safety. So for example, in the central line bundle, you have 5 practices which involve aseptic techniques, hand hygiene, the line insertion site, etc. So when you put all these strategies together and when you apply all of them together, it's been found to significantly reduce central line infections. Now, how do bundles improve reliability in care? As I said, it is evidence based. So it has been proven that the combined application of the elements in the bundle helps to improve care, and it's composed of interrelated processes. So what it means is, these processes usually come one after the other. So for example, if you take again the central line bundle, you will see that when you go to insert a central line bundle, you first wash your hands, you follow aseptic techniques, you wash your hands, you go clean up use aseptic precautions on the patient, then you choose the site for insertion, etc. So you are following a series of interrelated steps that all map out one after the other in the process. And bundles are most effective when the number of elements in a given bundle are small. So usually bundles have around 5 steps in them, and that makes it easy for people to remember them and to follow them one after the other. And key processes of a bundle must be carried out in the same space and within a set period of time. This makes it easy to implement the bundle and for people to remember the bundle. And whenever there is a chance for an error to happen in the application of this bundle, it is easy for people to see that an error is about to happen and they can take precautions to prevent it. So these are the 4 principles that must be remembered to improve reliability of the use of bundles. Now, one more patient safety concept is RCA, which stands for root cause analysis. Now, root cause analysis is a retrospective tool that helps you to analyze an unsafe act or a never event or something that probably goes wrong in healthcare. A root cause analysis helps you to understand why a particular error happened or why a particular incident happened. It helps you to get to the root causes, as the name suggests, and then it helps you to develop a robust implementation plan, corrective action plan, to make sure that such errors never happen in the future. And it also helps you to make your system stronger and more resilient to prevent these errors from happening in the future. Now, how do you conduct an RCA? Now, let's say an incident happened in your hospital. It's a sentinel event, or it is a never event, or it is an event that should never have happened. How do you go about conducting an RCA? The first thing is to identify that such an event has happened, and the decision to investigate is made by the decision-making authorities, which usually involves the quality council of the hospital, or if there is an adverse medical outcomes committee in your hospital, they will decide that this particular case is fit to be investigated. Now, once that decision is made, a committee will be set up and the right people will be selected for the investigation team. Now, this team usually should consist of people from all the relevant departments that were involved or were thought to be involved in this particular incident. Say for example, if an incident happened in the intensive care unit, you need one representative from the intensive care unit, and let's say the patient had to go through, there was some involvement of the pharmacy, then you need a representative from the pharmacy. You probably need representation from nursing, you probably need a representation from the medicine department in general, and you would probably need 1 or 2 people who are well versed in the RCA process, in the root cause analysis process, people who understand quality improvement tools and techniques also on the team. The next thing to do is to get these people together, arrange some meetings, and then review all the clinical documents related to that particular incident. So this is where you're gathering data to analyze the problem and to understand what really happened. At this point, usually what the team does is they will review all the files and they will create a chronology of the event as it played out. So that's where they determine the incident chronology. They will map out what exactly happened from start to end, and then they will identify the care delivery problems. So where were the holes? So remember our Swiss cheese model, right? So where in the system did we find holes? What were the care delivery problems? So CDP stands for care delivery problems. What problems did we identify in the delivery of care for this particular patient? You make specific points about these CDPs. Then you also identify contributory factors. What were the factors? What were the reasons that actually contributed to these care delivery problems? So in addition to the direct causes for the problems, what were the contributory problems? Then you make recommendations and develop an action plan. Remember, when you are identifying the causes, you are looking at the problem from all different aspects. So you are looking at the cultural aspects of the organization. What are the problems in the culture? What are the problems in the way the workforce is managed? What are the problems in the way people's schedules are managed? Were there any problems in equipment? Were there any problems in team dynamics? Were there any problems in interdepartmental communication? So you're looking at it from all the different angles, and you're trying to find out what were the main factors and the contributory factors. One of the biggest tools, one of the best tools that can be used in an RCA is called the 5 whys. So the 5 whys is a technique where you start at the top of the problem and you keep on asking the question why till you come to the root cause. So for example, what really happened? The patient got the wrong medication. So why did the patient get the wrong medication? Because it was prescribed wrongly. Why was it prescribed wrongly? Because the resident misinterpreted the instruction that was given by his senior. So why did the resident misinterpret the instruction given by the senior? Well, it was given on the phone and the resident did not hear it properly. So why did the resident not hear it properly? Well, the resident heard it but was a little intimidated about clarifying it with the senior. So you see, you get to the root of the problem. So now you're getting to the root cause, where you identify that the intimidation or the lack of proper communication between the senior and the resident was the problem that led to the wrong prescription. So you narrow down using the 5 whys technique. Okay.